Hello, and welcome to my final project summary presentation. My name is Ethan Pike, and this is for course Info 244, taught by Professor Vicky Steiner. For this project, the database that I decided to do my video tutorial on was geared towards upper division and graduate level students. Therefore, my target audience for this project was composed of graduate level students. More specifically, the target audience of this project was graduate level students with a history focus. The database used for this project is called Historical Abstracts with Full Text, and therefore it focuses on history. Specifically, some of the focuses are on world history, military history, women's history, and the history of education, although they cover many other topics as well. And lastly, part of the target audience that I have in mind are advanced researchers. A lot of the topics that I cover in the tutorial video for the database are advanced skills, so it's definitely targeted more on the intermediate and advanced range as far as searching skills goes. So, what is the reasoning behind the creation of this video tutorial? Why create this guide? What is the purpose of it? One of the main drivers behind this particular video guide is the fact that the database covered Historical Abstracts with Full Text is such an extensive database, and being hosted by EBSCO, it has a lot of functionalities built into it that you can get a lot of benefit if you do know some of these advanced searching skills and strategies. One personal reason for creating this video tutorial is simply to show off some of the skills and lessons that I've learned throughout the semester in my course Info 244. By teaching these more advanced search strategies, I'm not only helping others by educating them also on how to increase their own searching efficiency when using not only this database, but really all generic databases, but I'm also cementing a lot of the skills that I learned in this class, which will help me also going forward because I'll have a more natural grasp on these different skills that I can use, not only in my career, but in my personal life as well. Next up is my role for this project. Because I was the only one working on this, I really had many different roles and I had to wear a lot of different hats. One, as seen right now, as well as in the final project video, one of my roles was to be the presenter and to teach this information through either a video or a narrated slideshow presentation such as this. Another role that I had during this project was that of the editor, whether it was during the making of the video itself, scripting, doing the PowerPoint presentation. I was really able to not only write a lot of content, but also edit a lot of content and edit designs that would help with the education and would help make it easier to learn some of these skills. Another big role that I had in this project was that of the student. Not only as a student in the course, learning these skills for myself throughout this last semester so that I can teach them, but also as a student just learning the process of making some of these presentations using the different video softwares, audio softwares, and things like that that I had to use for the project. And my last main role was that of a resource. Because I was making a presentation and a video guide that could help others and teach them advanced strategies, I am definitely a resource. Also, because these videos were posted on YouTube, it does leave the option for comments and questions where I can be a resource going forward also in helping to teach some of these advanced skills and strategies. For the implementation of this project and making the video guide that I did, there were multiple different steps that had to be taken. One of the first things that I had to do was plan the actual points that I was going to cover in the video. To do that, I went onto the database, looked around, saw what the different capabilities were and some of the basic and more advanced information available on the database, and that led me to step 2 where I connected it to different lessons learned in the course that I took this semester in order to move some of those skills forward and teach some advanced strategies that I learned through the course. Once I figured out the main points that I wanted to say in the video guide, I recorded systematically the video going through all of the pieces step by step in a way that would make the most sense to the user so that they could learn lessons in the most intuitive way and get a good feel for the database during the video guide. After the initial recording process was done, I had to take it into an audio editing software and then a video editing software to make sure that everything flowed nicely and sounded good for the audience so that the skills will be able to be shared effectively. If you can't see or hear properly, then you aren't going to be getting the lessons as easily as if it was all nice and efficient. Lastly, once the video was edited and I was happy with the content and how it was showing up, I had to share it. So for this, I rendered the video, exported it to my desktop, and then shared it through YouTube. This way it could be a public link that anybody could access for free, and then they are also able to leave comments or questions if they need any help while they go themselves through some of the skills and strategies shared in the video guide. Lastly, there is the overall reflection of the project. By making this video guide, what lessons did I learn, what skills did I gain, and how is that moving forward going to help me personally and in my career? One of the main things in this project that I learned was the database itself, Historical Abstracts with Full Text. This is a giant, extensive database with a lot of really useful content that I will definitely be using in the future. As somebody who's interested in history and studies history, the database itself was definitely something that I will keep with me going forward. And I was also able to learn a lot about the platform that hosts the database, EBSCO. This is a platform that hosts a lot of different databases in the academic space and especially in the graduate level realm. And as a graduate level student myself, this is definitely something that I can take with me going forward to a variety of different databases, not just this particular one. And as mentioned previously a little earlier in the presentation, some skills that I learned were just regarding video editing, audio editing, narrating a presentation, creating the video itself, and all of that technical side of it, because I had learned a lot of the advanced searching lessons and strategies throughout the course, which was taught to me and happened over time, but there was a definitely steeper learning curve when it came to finding out the best softwares and the best practices for actually making, editing, and uploading the video. So those skills also moving forward would definitely help me, not only as a researcher, but also a general content creator, in a career or in my personal life. Overall, I feel like I really learned a lot of great new skills during this project, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this presentation, and I hope you have a great end of the year.